reading the second part of your message, my heart sank. And I'm really sorry. For sure fell short. And you worked really hard on that. And the way you framed it and how that made you feel, I just want to say thank you for sharing that with me. That takes a lot of trust and vulnerability. I feel really grateful that you feel safe enough to tell me that that's how you feel.
Maddox is only 19, but his legal history is already intense. If mental health or addiction is behind his behavior, he needs serious help. Hopefully, he gets the support he needs before it's too late. However, Kevin argues that these kinds of comments are protected under legal rules. He says there's no real proof of a smear campaign. Rather, Lively is pointing to the lawsuit filed against her and the public defense by Wayfair as examples of retaliation. But legally, those actions don't count as punishment or discrimination. The Wayfair parties wouldn't have made any public comments if she hadn't sued them first, so defending themselves is not considered unfair retaliation. A key part of her deposition has been blacked out, but what we do know is that she admitted under questioning that the only smear campaign she knows about directly is limited and not what she's been publicly claiming. The court is expected to dismiss her claims of retaliation and defamation because legal statements made during a case, even outside the courtroom, are protected under New York law. The same rules that protected Lively when she made her initial claims also shield those defending themselves now. In summary, her legal case seems to be losing strength, and her efforts may not hold up under legal scrutiny. There are two main options for the opposing party in this case. They can either ask the court to throw out Blake Lively's most recent complaint entirely, or they can request a summary judgment. In both cases, they're seeking to have the defamation claim removed from the lawsuit. Their reasoning is that they, like Lively, are allowed to defend themselves legally. This protection is called litigation privilege. It gives both sides the ability to speak and act freely within a legal case without being sued for doing so. Despite this, Lively's legal team has not clearly explained to the court why the demand they placed on Freriedman, one of the lawyers involved, is necessary or fair. They claim the request isn't too heavy or unreasonable because, months ago, they had already told Freriedman to stop speaking on behalf of Wayfair, right after the New York Times covered her accusations. Lively's approach seems to rely on preventing Wayfair and their lawyer from replying. She wants to make it appear as though any kind of defense from them is an attack on her. Meanwhile, her own representatives have spoken out, accusing others of serious misconduct, calling them abusers and liars, and smearing them in the media. But she doesn't want those same people to push back. It's a double standard. Her strategy was to silence them, to scare them into staying quiet, and to make sure that any effort to clear their names looked like harassment. That's manipulative. And even though she claims to be the victim of a public attack, the real damage might have started with her own aggressive legal filing. By accusing others without solid evidence, she triggered responses that she now labels as abuse. In the end, it may all come down to legal protections. If she was allowed to say things under the shield of litigation privilege, then the same shield applies to Wayfair and Freriedman. Her attempt to stop them from using that right might backfire. The very legal system she tried to use against them may now protect them from her claims. What this really shows is that those 107 subpoenas sent out to content creators weren't about justice or truth. They were sent with the intent to scare, silence, and punish people who spoke publicly. It doesn't seem like Blake believed those creators actually did anything wrong. Instead, it looks like she just wanted them to stop talking about her or sharing their opinions. That kind of behavior feels more like bullying than anything else. Last week, I thought about whether I could personally write a letter to the judge. I was curious, so I checked the rules for the Southern District of New York. What I found was that because I didn't directly file a motion to cancel the subpoena, or even talk directly to Blake's legal team, I probably can't submit anything myself. My lawyer was the one communicating with her lawyers, so as far as the court sees it, I'm not involved in the case directly. I guess I could ask to support a request for protection from these subpoenas, but even then, it would have to come from my lawyer. And honestly, hiring an attorney to do that might cost thousands of dollars. Spending that kind of money just to make a point doesn't seem worth it. I'd love to tell the court how unfair I think this is, but I may not be allowed to because I have a lawyer already representing me. I can't just decide to start representing myself now that I don't like how things are going. To the creators who are still standing strong, keep it up. You're doing what's right. I'll keep speaking out the best I can and telling everyone that this was never done with good intentions. The pressure is clearly getting to her. During her deposition, she couldn't even prove that a smear campaign actually happened. Now it seems like she's letting go of that story completely and switching her focus to defamation instead. But here's the thing, defamation is not the same as retaliation. She keeps changing her claims. First, it was about harassment, then about ongoing damage, and now it's just about her trying to blame one lawyer, Freriedman. It feels like she's just trying every possible excuse, hoping that one might work. Honestly, it's been a huge waste of everyone's time and money. If the full transcript of her deposition ever gets released, I'll be reading every word. I believe it'll show how many of her claims were false or misleading. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a like, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and tap the bell so you're the first to know when a new video is posted. Your support means a lot and helps me keep sharing the truth.